Hey friend, John McLennan here, and in this video you're gonna learn a classic today. We're gonna break down how to play And I Love Her as recorded by the Beatles on guitar. Now in this video I'm gonna take you through the whole song top to bottom. We're gonna start off with that classic George Harrison intro, and then we're gonna go into the chord progressions for the A and the B section. Now later in this song it does what's called a modulation, which means we change keys. So we're gonna learn to play a chord progression in one key and then bump it up. Everything's gonna go up one fret and we're gonna play it in a new key as well. But before we jump in, if this is the first video on my channel you've seen, you're gonna wanna grab my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is such a useful, just one-page PDF that's gonna show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And this will show you how to play in any key on the neck and show you just how to group the chords and the scales together so you'll never feel stuck on the neck. And I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below as my gift to you. All right, well with that said, let's get into it. Let's break down how to play And I Love Her as recorded by the Beatles on guitar. Now we're going to start off with the intro that moves between 2 chords, and we've got this really cool intro figure. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3. We're into the verse. Paul comes in singing the melody. So there's a couple guitars on the recording, and one of them is just strumming away on an F sharp minor to an E, and then George Harrison is playing this part on nylon string, just this little riff. And it's just a couple notes, but it's so good. This is really just the genius of George Harrison. I mean, what would this song be without that opening riff? So what it is the 2nd fret on the 5th string. Then you go right down 1 string and play the 2nd fret to the 1st fret on the 4th string. Then you finish on the 4th fret of the 5th string. Sometimes I'll grab that note with my ring finger or sometimes my pinky, and I actually combine the parts. So on the recording, one guitar is just going, and then another one comes in right there on the downbeat strumming away. But I like to combine them both like this. Now I am playing finger style here. I'm giving it sort of a Latin feel. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And I'm breaking up the bass, so I'm on this F sharp minor 7 chord, which is 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. And I'm hitting the bass first, and then sort of clawing the other strings here with my index, middle, and ring fingers. And then the same lick again, but this time instead of playing this note, I just play low E. So I'm sort of combining 2 parts here. So I abandon the riff and then go to the rhythm there. So now this chord is an E6. You could just play straight E, but I think it sounds great to add that 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and that makes it an E6 chord. So E6, and then sometimes I take that note off and just get a little moving melody in the chord. Then the riff again. Then we go into the A section. And that's where Paul comes in singing the melody there. So the A section sounds like this. we go back. So the idea here is I'm starting out going F sharp minor to C sharp minor, and I'm using minor 7th chords, so they sound a little bit jazzier. There's a few ways you can do this. The way that I'm doing it is using the thumb here on the low 6th string, 2nd fret, and then muting the 5th string, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, just the top 4 strings, barring there with the index finger. Now each chord when we start is gonna last 1 bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go to the next chord, C sharp minor 7. And that's played like this from the 5th string down. 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then we repeat that. We're gonna do that 3 times. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to A. Just good old A from the 5th string down, open, 2, 2, 2, open. Then B7, that's from the 5th string down as well, 2, 1, 2, open, 2, and then back to E6. Now this E6 is gonna last 2 bars, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of that together sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 3 times. Then I like to do that little intro lick to get back to the F sharp minor. Now you could add a little bit more rhythm, right? Right there I was just kind of playing the chords and just outlining the progression for you. But ideally, I would add more of that rhythm like what I had at the beginning. All right, then we go to the B section, and this is a love like ours will never die. As long as I have you near me. Okay, so this B section starts on C sharp minor. I'll go over the chords first. Again, they're all gonna last 1 bar until the last chord. The last chord lasts 2 bars. So it's gonna go C sharp minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then to B7. Go like this, the same as we did before. I also use this voicing sometimes, just as a variation. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Back up to C sharp minor 7, then G sharp minor 7. And that's just like the F sharp minor 7 here, but I bring it up 2 frets. Now if that chord's too hard, you could just play your minor 7 like this. 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. Just like a standard minor bar chord, but you take the pinky off. As long as I have you, B7 or B7 like this. Okay, so again, this goes with the words, a love like ours, a love like ours will never die. As long as I have you near me. And do the intro figure. Back to the A section. Okay, so that is the A and the B section. Now that's the majority of the song. Then what happens next is we change keys and George Harrison plays a solo where he just sort of restates the melody. So what we do is we actually take the A section and we bump it up 1 fret. So instead of F sharp minor to C sharp minor, it's now gonna go G minor to D minor. So I'll just move all those chords up 1 fret. Now, when we get to the A, before we were playing, you know, open A, here it's gonna become B flat, a bar chord, up 1 fret. So that's 1, 3, 3, 3, starting on the 5th string. And then the B7 you will now play a C7. But you could do this, you know, when you use the bar chords like what we were doing, you can see how easy it is to just move them up 1 fret and change the key. Here you could do the C7 like this as well. It just looks like a C chord, but you add the pinky. So here's the A section in the new key. That's a tricky chord there. So the easy way to do it is F. Just play F. You know, you can do a bar chord like this. If you want to get the F6, I'm doing some fancy stuff there. So I'm using the thumb here, then I'm getting 2 notes here with the ring finger, then middle finger on the note A, pinky on the note D, and index finger on the note F. So, F6 for 2 bars. Then what we do is we have the ending, and that goes back to our intro figure, but we're gonna be in the new key. So it's gonna go G minor 7 to F6, or F. So. Now here's the coolest part. You gotta love the Beatles for this. They compose everything all the way down to the last chord. And what happens here is you get this surprise chord. You play the riff, and normally you would think you would go to like that chord or the F, which is what we've done the whole song, but you end on a D chord with an A in the bass. So that's just a D chord, but you play from 5 down. So there's a lot in this song, from the opening figure for that intro to playing the progression in 1 key and then moving the key to a new key, which sort of lifts the energy of the song all the way through to the very last chord. There's like a twist on the last chord that you play. So it's really just genius songwriting. Take your time with it though, and go back, rewind the video, and review any parts that are unclear, then go and play it along with the recording. And to help you put this together even more, be sure to pick up my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And this is going to show you how to play in any key, anywhere on the neck. And I want to give it to you completely for free. All you have to do is go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide. That's johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, or use the first link down below as my gift to you. Next, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment. Let me know your favorite Beatles song, your #1 Beatles song. Comment it down below. As always, thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll catch you in another one real soon.